Just a few questions, Chairperson Villarreal. First, I saw in your report that you reviewed about 165,000 shows. Is that correct?
For TV, for 2013, as of September 2013, for TV, 109,525. Sample episode, 11,501. Pay before broadcast, 53,000 and plugs, 54,175.
Kasama pa rin po dyan yung mga pinapalabas na programa sa cable, let's say E-Channel, History Channel.
Hindi po. Yan po ay subject po sa post review dahil sa kakayahan namin na pag-monitor. So, ang nangyayari po, ang mga cable channels, they just register with us and then our LRCs, our deputies, take care of monitoring them. Meron rin po yung free TV on cable, minomonitor rin po ng aming
So,
monitoring
post-review na lang po yun?
Opo.
Pero may kopya kayo? May kopya sila? May kopya NTC?
Wala po. Pag meron lang po yung on free TV, may 30, for example,
I'm talking cable.
cable, wala po. Except yung pumapalo sa cable pero free TV at the same time.
Paano pag may magpakita ng malaswang bagay o pangitain sa isang cable channel tulad ng, kunyari lang, E-Channel? Una, hindi nyo naman nire-rate yung mga programang yun. Pero nakikita ko sa loob ng bahay ko. Pangalawa, who is liable?
Under the law, liable pa rin sila under MTRCB because
Sino
there's
sila?
Yung the cable channels, because sila po yung rehistrado sa amin. Kung ito po ay
What do you mean by the cable channel? Sky Cable, for example?
Yes, cable companies.
Cable company.
Yes, cable companies.
May mga channel na merong may-ari, di ba? Na
Yes.
Sila nagdala dito.
Opo. Meron rin na local company sila at sila nagpo-provide noong content. Like for example, Viva, yung PBO. In fact, ang nangyari po around a few months ago, reneklamo ng isa naming deputy yung pinalabas at 7 o'clock sa over PBO, Pinoy Box Office. At nagkaroon po kaming adjudication.
Huwag yung Viva na local. For example, a foreign channel. Like, alam ko parang meron yatang may-ari dito ng Discovery Channel, ng Sports Channel. A company, a local company brought them in. Nilako siguro sa mga cable companies, di ba? Para malagay dun sa cable companies. Who will now be liable, held liable?
They have local offices and they register with us, and therefore pag merong issue po, kasama po doon ang mismong yung yung cable company at yung entertainment na outfit na yon.
But to be frank about it, nothing to do with the content.
They remain responsible for the content because without them doing business, dito ipapasok. But these are materials that come from abroad. And umaasa po sila dun sa sariling self-regulation noong, for example, HBO. Meron po silang version na pang parental guidance sa sarili nilang sistema. They edit it on their own at nang nakikita na lang po natin dito ay yung version na yon na merong indication for parental discretion.
Mr. Chair, if I may
Yes.
interject.
Please,
Actually,
ma'am.
I think the principle of that is, for example, even if you're a local producer of a television show, you don't have direct access or direct creative contribution to a show. But if that particular show violates an MTRCB regulation, you're still the one that's called. So I guess that's because somebody has to be held liable. It's not very clear, in fact, even the ownership of these cable companies, but we're doing the best practice solution at this point. I mean, they are. Sorry. Force of habit.
Yan. Madam Senator, Mr. Chair, also we had preliminary discussions with the cable TV associations. There are two, yes. One with Ms. Tamano, and then there's another one, and we're scheduled to have one again with them before the end of the year. So we have been advised also to engage also with the so-called regional cable networks or those based in the provinces, all of which are registered actually with the NTC. Our legal department, on the other hand, has constant interagency dealings with the NTC with respect to whether or not these cable networks, regional, provincial, are still registered.
One last question on my part. How many movies are being made every year? Would you know?
Yes.
Mga 4?
Ay, hindi naman po. As of September this year, yeah, based on what we have reviewed, local is 109 as of September 9, 2013.
Kasama na dyan yung indies.
Kasama na po.
Yung mainstream.
Yes.
Ilan yung mainstream?
Mainstream.
Forgive me, I'm using mainstream loosely as opposed to indies. Ha?
May data ba tayo niya na to distinguish? We don't...
If you can submit that,
Yes.
because they usually ask that question also.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, let's just... we...
Ano nga ba opposite ng indie? Ano nga ba opposite ng indie?
Mainstream.
Tama yun.
Mainstream. Ang ginamit po namin, Mr. Chair, doon sa
O not independent?
mainstream. Yung indie, meron niyang more colloquial na pagkakaunawa. Subalit sa MTRCB, meron kaming technical meaning for it, but based on our the discount that we give. So, if your total budget is less than 3 million, and then there is a certification coming from a reputable institution, university, yan, binibigyan po namin ng discount. And then, not part of, let us say, Star Cinema, GMA Films, the so-called majors. But with respect to the industry proper, nagkakaroon ng developments even this year because nagkaroon ng development ng co-productions. Dumami ang co-productions ngayon. Like for example, On the Job is indie, reality entertainment, and yet naka-tie up sila with Star Cinema.
So are you considering, Mr. Chair, may I, are you considering increasing your indie budget? For example, instead of 3 million, I think now it's more reasonable
Yes.
to increase it a bit to maybe 5 or even more than 5.
Even more than 5, because the thing we have also, Madam Senator, we may have to do some classification also because we've talked to some indie players and some of them their budgets hit 20, still 20 to 30 million, some of them. Others 15, 16. Now, the ones that we are really helping are the upstarts. Those are the upstarts. Now, with respect to mainstream, right now, they're saying that practically it's Star Cinema that regularly produces at least 1 film per month. So that would be something like 12, plus 2 or 3 co-pros. I just had a get together with them so that we can expect from Star Cinema, that one mainstream company, around 15 for every given year. Give or take, that Regal will have 2, some Viva another 2. Really will not be hitting somewhere like 30 from the mainstream.
We know that the board, I know how hard the board works. I mean, just considering the sheer volume of material you have to review, and also the employees. But in your 2014 budget, will you at least be able to afford a reasonable compensation for your board members? Can you explain to me the increase, at least from the time I was there, and what we were dreaming to have at least for them, an equitable compensation? What would it be?
Thank you, Madam Senator. Our presentation actually, there is a 3.88 million net increase for personal services. And included there is already the honoraria of the board members, rata of 5,000 times 12 months. Now, because it's a working board and our board meeting, we really maximize. So there's already per diem of 10,000 per month. So that's an innovation. That's an innovation. Times 31 BMs, then there's a 13th month component and a cash gift component. And all the others, because of the advocacies, then we get that already from the Fund 151.
What's the cash gift component?
5,000 pesos for 31 BMs.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
And then 13th month pay, 15,000. Cash gift is given in December, ma'am.
Mr. Chair, one last thing. May I request that if you have any suggested amendments to your PD 1986, as you stated, that you should submit that as soon as you can so that we can work on it also. And it will also assure that what you started, the reforms you started in the MTRCB will at least be continued. It's really important. And I have no further question, but if I may make a comment, Mr. Chair, I'd like to say that I am happy and proud to be able to pass on the torch to you. I see that not only have you continued, but you've improved and magnified all the reforms and initiatives of the MTRCB, and that you've kept it on the major premise that this is a service to our countrymen, particularly for the families. So thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you also. It's always been a pleasure and a source of pride for me to have been working with you in the past, and hopefully we can help the MTRCB even be more of service.
Thank you, Madam Senator.
Maiyak si Toto niyan. One last question. May buong kanta ba yung tugtog niyong pinapatugtog o yun lang yun?
Yun lang po.
Yun lang yun talaga?
Yun lang yun.
Tanananan, yun lang.
Dapat kasi may
So 5 nota lang talaga yan?
yun kasi kung hahaba pa magrereklamo raw yung network sa kinakain na oras. So binilang ni former chair now Senator Grace at ni BM Manette Dairit yung 5 notes na yon.
May title ba yun?
Yeah.
May title ba yun? Walang title? Basta Francis talaga.
Francis of the Dawn.
Basta Francis talaga eh.
I'd like to make a motion that the budget for the MTRCB be submitted for approval, Mr. Chair.
Having been moved, there being no objection, same is hereby approved, favorably recommended to plenary debates the budget of the MTRCB for 2014. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us this morning.